Dear Mr. Ticao, thank you for being here. Team how and when you've been contacted and received a proposition to be a head coach of the Bulgarian beach volleyball national team, and did you decide quickly to go into this new adventure for you?
I got an invitation from Yarif, right? From the studio Novoyana. It's like I used to live in California for 6 years, so there I'm working with so many international players, with Olympic players. So I developed my career as a coach in California, and after I go back to Brazil and Russia and Azerbaijan and so many different countries. So I got an invitation for Yarif. Like we try to start a new program for beach volleyball here. So we need a coach with experience to start building that thing. So that's why I came to start building up the beach volleyball team from Bulgaria. We're still like fighting for to have those those players, right, to build it up because like the indoor have their whole demand. So when right when I got here, I got some players like I got Marto and Stefan. So they came here and like okay, we want to play. We're gonna go to uh, the the World Championship. Oh, great! So they started right here, and they started 1 month, 2 months. They become so good. They start hitting the ball, and so at some point like oh we come our coach like make a contract for us so we cannot practice anymore. So that's the hard part for me or for everyone to who to come here want to build that team. So that's we need to find a way to have those kids or those players like have a really beach volleyball program so we can develop because I tell you guys in Bulgaria we have a lot of talents like only that academy we can see already like we can have so many good players but it doesn't matter if you have so many good players but they still play indoor and the whole countries around Europe, Brazil, Argentina, they have the program for beach volleyball. So those play, even some of them still play indoor, but they spend the time playing on the beach. So when they get close to the international events, we have those players with already the ball control, the ability, the methodology, how they're going to play. So this is a different way, but we still build that up. That's why we are here to try to make that happen from now on, and make a real team for Bulgarian national team.
What are the first priorities you work on now in the national team?
Sorry, I didn't.
The first priorities, and in terms of the first task assignments you have in front of you to work on with the national team now.
You mean adult national team?
Yes, yes, yes.
So the first thing we need to have the players. Like I don't have the players in my hands. You know, like I have some, like a Mitak, Kauchev, some players like work with me with the during of the summer. But for the next year we're gonna have a new calendar, right? A new calendar. So the calendar will show up like the Continental Cups. For Continental Cup, we need minimum 2 teams men's and 2 teams women's to participate in the Continental Cup. We can qualify, include through to the Olympic Games to the Continental Cup or to the World Tour. And World Tour now their 5B changed. They don't have the World Tour anymore. They will divide for groups. So like A, B, C. So in from these teams, like we have to keep the Bulgaria inside of these 3 teams, and in the end, like we need to have one team between the 16 best teams in the world, or we have to qualify to the Continental Cup or for the qualification for the Olympics. So I said, if you start building from now on, we have enough time to keep the Bulgarian men's and women's qualified to that next Olympics. That's my objective right now, to build it up the team to try to qualify Bulgaria to the next Olympic Games.
Are you satisfied with the conditions for preparation you have, like here in Sofia Beach, but also with the tournaments you can participate in, also in the national network of tournaments.
Yeah, the condition, we have the perfect condition. We have everything. We have 8 courts, like you guys can see. We have 8 courts with the best sand in Europe. Nobody has that sand. Nobody have like 8 courts inside, like to work on it. Like we have all the materials that you need, like all support. That you just need the players. Like I said, if you have a player, we have the all conditions to keep going, but we need to have the players.
And lastly, can you tell us about a bit more about your career as a player and then as a coach before Bulgarian adventure?
So I'm playing beach volleyball since I'm 16 years old. So I was in Brazil, and actually I started play volleyball because I have an injury in my Achilles. So I started lamping a little bit with my left. So my mom put in to play volleyball indoors. So I play in the team of my state. So I was like second place in the Brazil tournament indoor. And after stop play indoor, I start playing on the beach. So I played 12 years as a professional volleyball player in Brazil, and I finished my career in 2000, 1999. I finished my career as a volleyball player and start coaching. So I make the course in Brazil to be a volleyball coach. Beach volleyball, you need to have like level 1, level 2. So you have to be in a physical education school. So I make the course and pass. So, and after this, I start work with some professional as an assistant coach of some professional teams in Brazil. So I don't know if you guys remember, I was assistant coach of Shelby Adriana was like a 6-time world championship, and after with Leila, Ana Paula, and I moved to USA in 2006. So before move to USA, I was invited to be a coach for Brazilian national team in 2006. I was the youngest coach for Brazilian national team. So I coached the Brazilian national team in the under 19 World Championship in Bermuda. And after this, I moved to California. So I was 6 years in California working with people at the AVP, the professional league, and work like running the camping for kids and the AVP for a couple of years. And after working only with the professional one, I worked a little bit with Kerry Walsh, with her husband Casey Jennings, Kevin Wong, some Olympic players, Jeff Niger, John Mayer, so many players around there. Go back to Brazil, start working again with some Brazilian team with Pedro Souza, Bruno Schmidt. We was Brazilian championship for 2 years in a row. Pedro and Arley. And after this, I start coaching in Brazil because I have some kind of crisis in between the Brazilian Federation and the coaches. So I stopped coaching in Brazil. So I got an invitation to coach in Azerbaijan national team. So because they're gonna host their first European Games, so we need a coach to build in. So I moved to Azerbaijan for 2 years and stay there. We build a team and we make a participation. We got fifth and ninth with the Azerbaijan national team. And after this, I will start coaching with a Russian national team with Leshukov Semenov, who was in the Olympics now. They moved into Brazil, so he worked 6 months with me and go play the FIVB, go back to practice. So now they make the qualification after he stopped for about 1 year. And after that, I moved into Colombia to coach the Colombian national team for 2 years. And I tried to qualify Colombia, but I didn't finish the program because I moved to Bulgaria with the pandemic started. So we won the first round of the Continental Cup with the Colombia national team, but I did went to the final because I moved to Bulgaria because there the conditions to stay there was kind of hard. So I finished my contract with Colombia and moving 1 year ago to Bulgaria to start that new challenge.
Thank
That's
you
it.
very much for this interview.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.